Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setup for today. So starting off with Euro USD, and just looking at the price action we have here, no wonder the indexes are confused. This currency pair is extremely confused. So you can see tails to the upside, tails to the downside. This is barbed wire. I have no interest in trading barbed wire, and not really any structure to talk about in this area except for this level here, which is 108977. So the minute you start drilling down through the time frames, you're going to see range. Okay, so that is a range on the hour. I have zero interest of trading that kind of price action. And diversions here. Then you look at the oscillators, then you have diversions to the upside, diversions to the bottom, diversions to the upside here. That is confusion. So I am clearly sitting on the side with Euro USD. I have zero intention of getting involved there. We have come back on US dollar Japanese yen to test 145.045. So that is an area that I have some interest in. And you can see it was a fairly decent pin bar off that. And we've come back to build more structure here. There is another level here, this pin bar. So that's kind of what I'd be waiting for. 145.225. Challenge is the trend is down. We are in between the moving averages. So again, it's range bound. But if you drop down to the 15-minute, it may be a different scenario. So you can see a series of higher lows and a series of higher highs. So for me, I'm going to put one more level in here. That would make sense, and we have already got a pin bar off here, but what we're looking for on the 15-minute is 145.327 and 145.225. I'm looking for opportunity to buy and for this to move to the upside. So a little bit clearer than what we're seeing on Euro USD, but there's definitely, it's a strong uptrend, and I don't see any reason to think otherwise, because if you look on the higher time frames, we are still very much in a decent bit of structure. If you look at the 3 hour, look at this diversions here. Well, sorry, that's not diversions, but you can see it's low and lower low, 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 but it's grouped to the downside in an upward trend. Looks like a bit of a flag, so there's a strong case for breakout, retest, and we are looking for a long here. And I suppose that's what's leading to confusion in the indexes as well. So moving on to British pound, Japanese yen, and no real structure here either at the moment. And if we just drop down to the 15-minute, sorry, to the 1 hour, you'll see most of what was done on Friday was just up and down, no real structure. Did close a gap. Gaps are always important, so that gap is closed. So I would expect us to, at the moment, it looks like a rejection of this area. So it's either rejection here for a move down, or it's alternatively going to be a get above it and build a base. But we are below the, well, in between the moving averages at the moment. Oscillators grouped up to the upside for potential moves to the downside. So this could be moved out, flag down. But if you look at it again on the 8th hour, very strong uptrend. So I'd be cautious of going against that. I think I'd rather be waiting for an opportunity to buy, and that would, in my books anyway, be above 185.329, and it would be a 15-minute situation. So you can see there, got to cross over the moving averages. We're just hovering between the faster and the slower moving averages. So that's what I'd be waiting for. Find support up there, and then we're looking for targets to the upside. It's going to be all of these swing lows where you should see some sellers buyers would take profit, and people trying to drive it down would be trying to sell off those levels. So that's kind of the structure we have there. Moving on to Euro British pound, a strong move down through the week, and then into this area of potential support / resistance, and a little bit of confusion comes in. So when we get drilled down to the hour, you can see Thursday and Friday pretty much sideways, no real structure here. I'm a little bit reluctant to be jumping in here. We've had a good ride down over the last couple of days, But often what happens is when you start switching direction, this is kind of the price action, you start seeing higher lows, and then you start eventually seeing higher highs. So for now, longs would come into play sort of above this area here, and that is 0.85569, and then shorts really only come into play. I'm just going to bring it up here below the low of Friday, which is 0.85290. So for now, it is range bound. It is dangerous. It's not something that I want to be trading anyway. And if you look at this on the 50-minute, you will see why. Above moving averages, below, above, below, above, below, above, below. There is nothing here that entices me to put my money in this. Okay, anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.